Hey horror fans, if you're obsessed with Stephen King's twisted tales like I am, then buckle up, because HBO's Welcome to Derry just dropped, and it's already floating straight into nightmare fuel territory. So this supernatural horror series is a prequel to the billion-dollar It movies, diving deep into the cursed town of Derry, Maine, where Pennywise lurks in the shadows. And premiering from October 26th of 2025, it's packed with chills, lore, and those gut-punch moments that make King's universe so addictive. So whether you're a die-hard constant reader or just here for the scares, stick around as we break down everything you need to know, because I will answer every question that is coming on everyone's mind after watching this series. So with this video, you will learn everything you need to know before watching this series. And if you love breakdowns like this, then hit that like button and subscribe for more content. So Welcome to Derry is a direct prequel to Andy Muschietti's 2017 It and 2019 It Chapter 2, setting the stage 27 years before the Losers Club faces Pennywise in 1989. So it explores the entity's rampage during one of its cyclical awakenings in 1962 Derry, filling in the town's haunted history that the movies only hinted at through flashbacks and lore dumps. And this timeline shift from King's original books, which keeps it aligned with the film's modernized events, making it essential viewing for fans wanting to see how the curse took root. Then this series is adapted from elements of Stephen King's 1986 novel, It, but this series is not a straight book-to-screen lift, just inspired from original story with heavy lore pulls. Actually, the series draws from the novel's interludes, like diary entries detailing Derry's past horrors, such as the Black Spot nightclub fire. But trust me, creators Andy and Barbara Muschietti plus writer Jason Fuchs added fresh twists like military espionage and Native American folklore for a broader scope. And this blend honors the book's essence while expanding into uncharted territory, avoiding a rigid page-for-page adaptation. And yes, Welcome to Derry weaves deeply into King's interconnected multiverse, treating Derry as a nexus of cosmic evil tied to works like The Dark Tower and The Shining. And Pennywise hails from the macroverse, a chaotic void beyond our reality, linking to interdimensional threats in The Dark Tower, where the entity opposes guardians like the Turtle Matron. And the show also features Easter eggs, like Derry's cursed landmarks and subtle nods to other main horrors. Plus there are some cameos from the Shining Universe characters. So it's not just isolated clown terror. It hints at a larger web, where Derry's 27-year cycles echo supernatural events across King's bibliography. Then the series builds family trees that retroactively deepen the film's backstories, which started with the Hanlons and Bowers. And Jovan Adipo plays Major Leroy Hanlon, a Black Air Force veteran, whose son Will is the future father of Mike Hanlon and the Losers Club historian who stays in Derry. The series shows Leroy's military move to town and his breakdown from Pennywise's influence, explaining Mike's grandfather's harsh farm life in first film. And for the Bowers, Chief Clint Bowers is the abusive patriarch linking to Henry Bowers' violent dad, Butch, that portrayed a generational cycle of police brutality and racism that shapes the bully's sadism. Meanwhile, other ties include the Uris family, like Teddy Uris is uncle to Stanley Uris, highlighting inherited trauma from Pennywise's killings. And these connections make rewatching the films richer, revealing how the curse warps bloodlines across decades. And as for Pennywise, he isn't just a clown, it's an ancient, trans-dimensional entity from the macroverse, a Lovecraftian void enveloping our universe and crash-landing in Derry eons ago after being drawn to Earth's primal fears. Actually, in the novel and series, it's a shapeshifter that feeds on children's terror every 27 years and manifests as whatever horrifies its prey most, just like the clown form to lure kids. And Welcome to Derry expands this by tying its arrival to cosmic events, possibly involving Native American watchers or a fear weapon in military plots. But it emphasizes Pennywise as an otherworldly invader opposing Matron the Turtle, who is King's guardian deity. And the show hints at its entrapment under Derry, building to how it becomes the iconic dancing clown, blending ancient evil with small-town rot. So the series unfolds in 1962 Derry, Maine, during the Cold War era, with a chilling prologue 4 months earlier in January to kick off the horrors. And as I said earlier, this places it 27 years before its Chapter 1 in 1989, capturing the town's facade of normalcy amid segregation, military bases, and post-World War II tensions that amplify Pennywise's chaos. Then it welcomed to Derry layers King's horror with raw social commentary, spotlighting racism through the Hanlon family's experiences, like Leroy faces Jim Crow-era discrimination and son will endures bullying, while subverting tropes like the magical Negro by showing Black characters' agency amid systemic injustice. And childhood trauma drives the narrative, with kids like Lily Bainbridge haunted by visions and losses after stints in Juniper Hill Asylum, mirroring how Pennywise exploits generational pain and adult denial. Actually, broader themes include indigenous land infringement, militarization, and psychological abuse, making the scares feel grounded in real-world evils that fester like Derry's curse. And like the films, Pennywise doesn't dominate every frame but lurks through shape-shifting teases and influences from Episode 1, like Maddie's buck-toothed transformation or Lily's bloody finger visions echoing Beverly's film sync scene. It fully emerges in subtle escalating horrors, such as the theater massacre or dream sequences, appearing sporadically across the 8 episodes to build dread rather than overexpose, saving bigger reveals for climactic cycles. And Bill Skarsgård's presence ensures it's the familiar entity, but the show focuses on its psychological grip early on. So yes, Bill Skarsgård reprises his chilling role as Pennywise, also serving as an executive producer to shape the entity's evolution from the films. His twitchy, alien menace returns with fresh 1960s twists, earning praise for amplifying the cosmic horror. Also, the ensemble shines with Jovan Adipo as Major Leroy Hanlon, the principled veteran unraveling in Derry, Taylor Page as his activist wife Charlotte, confronting racism head-on, Chris Chalk as Dick Halloran from The Shining adding multiverse psychic vibes. And youngsters include Clara Stack as haunted Lily Bainbridge, Amanda Christine as resilient Ronnie Grogan, and Mikkel Kareem Feidler as doomed Teddy Uris. And supporting roles feature James Remar as General Shaw, Stephen Ryder as theater projectionist Hank Grogan, and child actors like Miles Eckhart as ill-fated Maddie. But believe me, Bill Skarsgård's Pennywise ties it all together, with the kids' raw fear performances stealing scenes. And HBO has outlined at least 3 seasons, aligning with Pennywise's 27-year cycles to cover more Derry history. Season 1 wraps the 1962 arc on December 14th of 2025, with future ones potentially flashing forward or backward in King's timeline. Then it's on par with the film's jump scare intensity, but amps up psychological dread and gore, with sequences like the theater bloodbath or childbirth nightmares that rivals the sewer rituals in its Chapter 1. And where the movies leaned on clown spectacle, the series feels more unsettling and mature, blending visceral horror with emotional gut punches, and Stephen King himself called scenes nightmare fuel. But critics say it's scarier for its slow burn trauma, though less reliant on Pennywise's full reveal. The show streams exclusively on Max in the US, with episodes dropping Sundays at 9 p.m. and released globally via HBO platforms like Sky Max in the UK or JioCinema in India. And the 8-episode Season 1 started October 26th of 2025, with early Halloween drops for episodes 1 to 2. Well, critics are raving, with a 92% Rotten Tomatoes score, calling it one of the best Stephen King adaptations for its bold expansions and kid performances, but Variety praises its thematic depth on abuse and racism, while Forbes hails the outstanding horror envelope pushing. And some nitpick timeline tweaks to The Shining, but overall, it's lauded as superior to the miniseries. Also, viewers echo this on socials, with Reddit buzzing about Easter eggs and scares, though a few purists gripe over deviations. So there you have it, your ultimate guide to it. Welcome to Derry. From its 1962 prequel roots and Pennywise's cosmic origins to the family ties, multiverse links, and bone-chilling themes that make it a must-watch for King fans. And this series isn't just clowning around, It's a masterful dive into Derry's endless nightmare, blending heart-wrenching trauma with scares that'll haunt your dreams.